So for the replay viewers, if you're wondering what happened for the numbers 30 to number 11, the stream got cut off. Apologies for that. So just go back into the streams, and it's going to be the previous one from this one. So if you want to go see that one. But let's talk the top 10 here for this week. Here we go, everyone. Everyone, if you can, help us out with the algorithm. Just hit that like button for me. That's all I ask for this one. But here we go, everyone. Here we go at number 10. At number 10, we got the Diamondbacks. Man, they were making a case there to maybe get into the top 5, and they had themselves an up and down week here. They were looking great. All right, had the sweep of the Rockies earlier in this week, but then they get swept by the Rays this weekend. They still got the second wild card spot, right? They're still in a good position. They're 4th in offense on the year. They're 1st in offense this month. You got McCarthy, Newman, Carroll, Suarez, all hitting well. The starting pitching, for the most part, has been pretty solid. Right? They're getting healthier. They got Erod back recently. They got Merrill Kelly back recently. Erod's been okay since coming back. Merrill Kelly, though, did not look very good today. 6 earned on the day. Bullpen, they had a rough time this past weekend. Thompson, Martinez, they both had a bad game on Friday when the Rays walked it off. The Rays walked it off again today. So not a amazing week for the Diamondbacks, but they did have the sweep earlier on. So in the end, just an up and down week. At number 9, we got the Padres. Again, another team with an up and down week here, losing 2 out of 3 against the Rockies. They swept the Pirates, though. They're 5th overall in offense, right? Peralta, Arise, Ha-Sung Kim, they have been hitting well. Kim, though, he's going to be needing an MRI on the shoulder, so keep an eye out for that. Cronenworth, Bogarts, they've been pretty solid, though. Starting pitching, right? Musgrove, he came back recently, missed a lot of time, but he's been pretty solid since coming back. He's only given up 1 earned run in 2 starts since coming back. Michael King, Martin Perez. Martin Perez has looked okay since coming over to the Padres. So, hey, I got them at number 9. At number 8, we got the Astros. I mean, listen, the Astros every week, they're just having a good week every single week. And here they are at number 8. They're just climbing here. I believe I had them at number 10 last week, so they go up a couple of spots here. Remember, these are based off of trends, okay? It's not, I don't start fresh every single week. I use the whole season, right? So Astros fans, don't you get grumpy at me if I have the Astros here at number 8. This is the highest they have been all year. So don't you get grumpy at me, I swear. I've noticed that too. Don't jinx your team, because when it comes to the power rankings, I have noticed this. Every time fans of a team, every time I got them in the chat, they say, Robbie, they're too low. What are you doing? You got to put them up higher than this. They should be top 5. They always end up just flopping over the next week or two. So don't even complain. Don't jinx your Astros. But great week for the Astros, winning 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. They swept the Rays earlier in the week. Pena, Bregman, they've been hot on the offense. But this starting pitching has been amazing. Yes, Yeet McGee, I will get to that super chat from Nate. Nate, I do got you, my friend. I will get that super chat, I promise you. The starting pitching has been fantastic for the Astros, right? Valdez, 7 shutout innings today. Arrighetti, Brown, Kikuchi, since he came over from the Blue Jays, they've been pitching great. Verlander's coming back this week. Hader has been amazing in his last 15 games, has a 1.76 ERA over that time. I'm just saying, man, Astros, are they getting hot at the right time? Is this... I'm just saying here, like, we've seen teams, I know they're, people say, oh, you got to get hot at the right time. Now, we have seen teams when they get into the postseason, they tend to, even if they are hot, they could still end up losing, right? But with what this Astros team has done over the last several years here, they have been there, done that. This is a scary team that if there's any team you don't want to get hot, it's the freaking Astros, right? Because they have so much experience as it is. I don't know, man. This is a scary team right now. And the Astros, if they get into if they end up making, getting past, let's say they get past that first round, don't be surprised if you see this team make a deep run. I'm just saying, right? Especially the pitching, which was looking like a huge weakness in the beginning of the year. All of a sudden, it's looking like a strength and one of the best rotations in the game. I'm just saying here. Look out. Number 7, we got the Guardians. They drop a couple of spots here for me. An up and down week, right? They swept the Cubs, but got swept by the Brewers. They are leading the division by 2 games, but the Guardians, you go back a few weeks now, they're not playing great over the last couple of weeks. They're starting to really they're crawling to the finish line here, right? They made a couple of trades, but Lane Thomas, that has not worked out. That's been bad, right? That's not looked good at all. I was really weird about that trade when they first did it. It felt weird. They gave up Alex Clemmy for him, who that's a good pitching prospect, man. We'll see how that ends up going, but Lane Thomas is not looking good. J. Ram, he's looking pretty good this past week. Jean-Kency Noel, 3 home runs this past week. Look out for him. He's getting pretty hot. Bybee, he did pitch well in a loss against the Brewers. And Matthew Boyd coming back for this year, right? First start of the year, looked pretty good against the Cubs. So, but the Guardians, right, they need to start picking this up here because you got a couple other teams on their tail. Number 6, we got the Twins. And I may be thinking, Robbie, what are you talking about? The Guardians are ahead of the Twins. I mean, what are you doing? Sorry, I like this Twins team better right now than the Guardians. Am I wrong for that? I know the Twins are behind the Guardians in the standings. I know, but I like this Twins team better right now. I mean, they're just playing better baseball. When you look at the whole team, the offense is solid. The Guardians got a great bullpen, right? That's been a big strength for them this year. The Twins don't have as good of a bullpen, but they got a pretty solid one. They're top 10. And the starting pitching is way better than the Guardians, in my opinion. At least they're more consistent. We'll see, come playoff time, we'll see how that works out. But the Twins have had more consistency in that rotation this year. We got a big series coming up. They're playing each other here soon. Right now, I like this Twins team better. I know the Guardians are ahead of them, and I know I'm going to get some heat in the comments for Robbie. They're 2 games back. You can't put them ahead. Well, these are my power rankings. If I want to, I will freaking do it. But the Twins, I just feel better about this team right now, and they played great this week. They won 2 out of 3 against the Royals, 3 out of 4 against the Rangers. Yeah, like I said, 2 games back, but they're getting a lot of good offense here. Royce Lewis, Santana, Kepler, they've been hitting well. Sure, Buxton once again going to the IL, but Julian called back up. Let's see if he can be a bit better after getting sent back down. Correa, he's going to be coming back here soon. Looks like, he's on his way to going on a rehab assignment. We'll see. But David Festa, they called him up recently. He has been pitching pretty well. Bailey Ober's been pitching well. And they also called up Zebby Matthews, the number 86 prospect in all of baseball. Good fastball, good cutter. He's not going to have like a ton of velocity, but he'll sit like 94, 95, right? And he can pump it up like 97, 98. Kind of a whatever curveball slider, but, a couple of pitches he does have, but he has a good cutter to go along with it. So Zebby Matthews could end up being a pretty interesting piece here for the Twins down the stretch. And number 5, let's go into the top 5. We got the Dodgers at number 5. They split with the Brewers. And listen, I'm telling you, I think the Brewers, I think they sent the Dodgers a bit of a warning. Hey, if we run into you in the playoffs, we're going to be right there going toe-to-toe with you. So look out, right? The Dodgers, listen, they did not have a bad week by any means. They did not have a bad week. But I'll get to the number 4 team in just a little bit. They are up 3 games in the National League West. But last time, I hadn't even been looking at the National League West standings, before like last week. I remember there was one point, I think the Dodgers were up like 10 games in that West. What is happening here? The Dodgers, now all of a sudden the Padres, the D-backs, these 2 teams are getting hot, and the Dodgers, they're all of a sudden they're looking over their shoulder thinking, whoa, where the heck did these 2 teams come from? They have not been playing amazing. If you go back over the last few weeks, they've had a lot of injuries. They got some guys coming back here. They got some guys coming back. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm a little worried about the consistency of this team a little bit, right? Now, the offense, I'm not too worried about the offense. Betts came back. He's been hitting great since coming back. Just don't let him go to Milwaukee when it comes to hotels. He doesn't like those hotels. But Muncy, Edman, they are getting close to a return. Let's see if these guys can stay healthy for the rest of the year. They need those guys back. We'll see. But, Edman, he's coming back tomorrow, and Muncy is back on Tuesday. So let's hope a clean bill of health for these guys for the rest of the year. But they got some more injuries, right? Tyler Glasnow, elbow tendonitis. I mean, let's see what happens there. I mean, Tyler Glasnow, this is a guy that's always had some issues with the arm, right? River Ryan, Tommy John, Yamamoto, when's he coming back? Kershaw pitched good today against the Cardinals, 6 innings, right? Looking like the old Kershaw. I will say this, Michael freaking Kopech. Are you serious right now? Michael Kopech. That's what I said. I said, don't let Kopech go to the Dodgers, right? Ryan Brazier, Red Sox legend. Look what happened when he went there. They turned him into the best freaking pitcher on the planet, and the same thing's happening with Michael Kopech. It looks like he's their closer now. 9 innings, 1 hit. 13 Ks since coming over to the Dodgers. I mean, he's looking amazing. I mean, good grief. But I'm sorry, I'm a little worried about this Dodgers team. They had a good week, right? They split with the Brewers. They won 2 out of 3 with the Cardinals, but they're just having injuries left and right. The number 4 team, in my opinion, they had a bit of a better week. The Brewers. Yes. Brewers fans, don't you get mad at me again, because I got the Brewers ahead of the Dodgers right now. Maybe I'm going a little crazy. Maybe I'm going Looney Tunes over here. But I got the Brewers at number 4. The Brewers had themselves a good week. They swept the Guardians, right? We just talked about the Dodgers. They split with the Dodgers, right? But the Brewers right now, I don't know. I just feel, yeah, maybe, but we'll see what happens in the postseason, right? Talent, the cream usually rises to the top. That's usually the case. But I don't know, this Brewers team, yes, Yelich, he's out for the rest of the year, but they just keep playing really well here. They just swept the Guardians, one of the better teams in baseball this year. Sure, they've had their struggles, right? But the Brewers they're just chugging along here, and they're just playing good baseball, right? Got William Contreras hitting really well lately. They're getting pretty good starting pitching lately, too. That was one weakness for the Brewers all year. And they've been getting some decent starts lately, right? Tobias Myers has been solid for them. Montas has been okay since coming over. Savali pitched well this past week. The bullpen, though, for the freaking Brewers has been good. Devin Williams with 3 saves this week. Joel Payams has been pitching well. I don't know. I'm feeling good about this Brewers team right now. I mean, this could probably change next week. We'll see, but hey, Brewers, I'm going to give you your flowers, okay? Brewers fans, don't you get mad at me. You've been getting mad at me all year. At number 3, we got the Orioles. I'm going to drop the Orioles a little bit here. I expect the Orioles to be, you know what, actually? Oh, hold on a second. Well, the Yankees just lost tonight. Oh, this was done before the Yankee loss. So hold on a second. I might have to change my tune. I think I'm going to bump them. Yep, because of the Yankee loss. They lost 2 out of 3. Yep, I'm going to make the audible. If the Yankees had won 2 out of 3, I was going to go with the Yankees at number 2. But, nah, we're going Yankees at 3. And we're going to go with the Orioles at 2. And there we go. Let's talk about the Yankees at number 3 here. The Yankees, dropping that one tonight. Bullpen didn't come through. Winning 2 out of 3 against the White Sox and the Tigers this week. Winning 2 out of 3 against the White Sox and losing 2 out of 3 against the Tigers this week. They are now tied for the American League East. Second in offense on the year. I'm going to say this. Juan freaking Soto. Did Juan Soto homer tonight? He didn't homer tonight, did he? I don't think he did. I don't think he homered. Because this guy has 6 home runs in the last 7 games before coming into today. I don't think he homered today. No, he did not homer today. Juan Soto is out of his freaking mind. right now. He's just going nuts. Aaron Judge still having every week, this guy's just doing stupid stuff. But even Oswald Peraza came up this week, actually contributed, right? Oswald Peraza, I'm looking for this guy to get a chance. I mean, I don't know, man. But, hey, good to see him doing something here. Stroman did pitch well, but overall, the Yankees, they're second in offense on the year, but, the 17th in starting pitching, they're 18th in the bullpen. I don't know here, And Jazz, I saw Jazz was all over, all over the TV screens today when it came to, hanging out with all the Little League kids. That was pretty cool. So it looks like there is some optimism for Jazz. He said here a couple of days ago that he could be back after a minimum stay. Well, let's see. You'd like to see Jazz, man. He was doing great with the Yankees there. He was doing great. But the Yankees, right? Well, they dropped that series here, and they fall to number 3 for me. And the Orioles, they hang tough at number 2. Nate the Nat, I'm going to get to your super chat in just a moment, my friend. But for the Orioles, first in offense on the year, Gunnar Henderson, he's staying hot. Mullins, he's hit well. O'Hearn, he's been hitting pretty well. Eflin, he's been pitching great since coming over. Suarez, he's been pitching well lately. The bullpen, though, they got some issues in that bullpen. Kimbrel, wow. Listen, you all know me and Craig Kimbrel. I've had my moments watching Craig Kimbrel on the tube. And Orioles fans, now you know my pain, right? He can look electric for a good amount of time, and then all of a sudden this guy's getting clobbered, right? Luckily, they picked up Sir Anthony Dominguez, and he has been pitching pretty well. An ERA of 1 in 9 games with the Orioles. That's looking like a decent pickup, but that bullpen as a whole, it seems a little shaky right now. So let's see what ends up happening here. But the Orioles, I still think easily they're a top 3 team, a top 2 team in my opinion. I am going to go with the Phillies at number 1. They won 3 out of 4 this weekend against the Nationals, right? Split with the Marlins in 2 games. And taking a look here really quick. Let me pull this back up. Here we go. Yeah, the Phillies, I was looking at their record. Their record so far in August, it's not looking amazing, right? They lost 2 out of 3 to the Mariners. Then they won 2 out of 3 against the Phillies. Then they lost 3 out of 4 to the D-backs. But so a pretty up and down month before this week. But they rattled off some wins here. That puts them back in the number 1 spot for me. This is a good Phillies team, right? They're 9th in offense on the year. They're 1st in starting pitching. They're 4th in relief pitching. Bohm, Castellanos, Turner, they've been hitting well. Turner had the walk-off on Friday. Nola, Sanchez, they pitched great this weekend. For me, I just like this Phillies team right now. I like the Orioles too. I was starting to feel really good about the Yankees there until they just lost 2 out of 3. So that's all I got, everyone. That's all I got here. But let me get to the super chats here. Let me get to the super chats from the last stream. And here we go. Here we go. Super chats. Okay, Nate the Nat. When do you think the Nationals will contend again? I think next year they're going to be a pesky team. I'm wondering what kind of an offseason they're going to have. It really depends on this offseason, right? They're starting to get some guys coming up here. Right? James Wood, this guy's looking amazing here. You got Dylan Cruz coming up here soon. Maybe even Brady House could come up pretty soon too. But they got this core coming up. So I'm wondering if they end up having an active offseason. They got money. They can go spend. I know the ownership situation's kind of weird. That's a little up in the air. I'm not sure what's going on there. But I think this could be an interesting offseason for the Nationals. Could they go out there and maybe go pick up a pitcher for the rotation? Could they be like a surprising team, to someone, maybe go grab someone like a Max Fried, something like that. Could they be like, a surprise contender, if Roki Sasaki is to get posted, right? Could they maybe go crazy for someone like him, right? You got some options out here this offseason. And I think the Nationals, I think they could be a pretty fun team next year. Look out. But I think at least 2026. I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be okay next year. Like I said, I think they'll poke their heads in that wild card race like we saw them earlier this year. I think they're going to be probably around this time of the year. I think they're going to be in that picture a little bit more. We'll see how the offseason goes, though. But I think they definitely could contend next year. I think 2026, they're going to be full send at that point. Nathan Nat, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Everyone, sorry for the technical difficulties. We had to do 2 streams here tonight, but I appreciate you sticking with me. We still got back up to right around the normal amount of viewers, so thank you for that. Everyone, appreciate all of you. I see you guys talking in the chat. You guys are always talking about something good, usually yelling at me for something. But everyone, if you can on the way out, hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me. Help us get out there into the algorithm for the replay viewers. Make sure that bell's turned on. Share the show. Subscribe if you're new. Also, everyone, don't forget about So Rare. After you're done here, go click that link in the description. Go sign up and go draft your team. See how well you do this coming week. And everyone, please take advantage of the Mando deal that we got going on right now. $5 off. Not just a starter pack. Anything on the website right now. That's a good deal. They got great stuff there. I've been using Mando for a while. Really go check that out. I don't think you will be disappointed. They will leave you smelling like a fine gentleman. Everyone, I'm out of here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it yet again. And everyone, we'll be back here this coming week with more content. Make sure you go check out the other content that I posted this weekend on the top prospects, and go check out any other videos. Make sure you stay tuned for more videos this coming week. Everyone, I'm out of here. Thank you so much. Have a good night.